Hello, so here is just a quick tutorial on how to create a Google Classroom, how to set it up, and kind of what it looks like. So if you click on Google Classroom, or if you get the Google Classroom in the waffle, this is kind of the home screen that you'll get. Now, if you're just starting, you're not going to see some of these courses. So to add a course, you'd go to this plus sign, and it would say create or join a class. As a teacher, you want to do create a class. As a student, they would probably click on join a class. So you create a class. Put in your class name, the section, the subject, your room number, all those things if you want them, and then you would hit create. And then what's going to happen is once it's finished creating, you're going to actually see the box kind of like how you see them on the screen now. So from here, this page is called the stream. So you'll see any upcoming work that you post. Your students will also see it in this spot as well. Here you can announce something to the class, and then you would hit post. You can add links and things to that nature. The nice thing too is I could, if I have multiple classes and I want to post the same thing, I can click down on this for, and I can click different courses. And I can even click different students. So in this case, I don't have any students in my model, but if I did, I could send a stream note to just certain students. This is great for reminders of getting work in, things like that. And then I could hit post, and now it's there. Now here's another one. Now instead of hitting post, I can click this arrow and I can actually schedule it to post later. So you'd hit schedule. So I would pick my day. So let's say January 5th at 8 a.m. I hit schedule. And then on January 5th at 8 a.m., that's going to post in my stream. So that's a really good way to just kind of get quick information out to your students. This is the first page that they see. Additionally, when you're on your Google Classroom, for the stream page only, you have your class code, which your students need in order to join a class. So had they hit join class, they would put in this code. And because we're in the age of virtual teaching, you would want a meet link. So you could hit generate meet link. You hit got it, it's visible to students. And on this page, that link will end up coming up right here. So you have to click on it and then hit save. So it creates a link. That way, when students want to join your class each day, it's the same link. You're not sending out multiple links to students. It makes it a lot less confusing. Going from there, we have our classwork tab. So here's where you're going to assign your work to all your students. You would hit create. You can create an assignment. You would title your assignment, you would put your instructions in, you can add your documents or anything like that if they're already pre-made. If you need to create them, you go click here and you can create your documents. You can also assign it to certain students. So if you have multiple levels, you can assign certain levels to certain students, how many points it's going to be worth in your grade book. If you have a due date, and then something called a topic, which we'll get into next. You can also add a rubric here. So if you're doing like a writing assignment and you have a certain grading rubric, you can add that and it makes your grading a whole lot easier. When you're finished, you could hit assign, or again, you can hit the arrow and schedule it for a certain time. Going forward, you have something called topics, which we saw. Your topic basically becomes an outline. So if I can put topic 1, and if I add it, everything I want to put under topic 1 will go here. Then I could put topic 2 and so on. So you can kind of start to group the assignments based on weeks and such. Going forward, you have a Kami assignment. So if you use Kami or if you have a PDF, it's the same situation as assignment, except now you're going to put it on a PDF and then the student will open it up through Kami. If you have information about Kami, that's going to be another video for another time. You could do a quiz assignment, which gives you the option to lock your computers down. So it's very much similar to a regular assignment. The only difference is it's on a Google form here, and it can lock their Chromebooks so they can't access the internet and things like that. You could just post a question, which is really simple. You post your question. How are you? You can ask, again, the idea of scheduling for a certain time. You can also have students reply to each other or the option for them to go back in and edit their answer. And then you would just hit ask. and that'll pop up. Now, say you forgot to put it in your topic, right? And you're like, oh, I wanted it in topic 1. The nice thing is you could just click and drag. So if you're working on something for multiple weeks or multiple units, like a notebook, you can just drag the notebook from unit to unit, or from topic to topic. Material. So material are things that aren't going to be graded, but your students have access. So this is like study guides, slideshows, things like that. Same deal, put in the title of it, description. You can add it from your Google Drive, a link, a video. So if it's just like a website or an article, things like that, put it in your topic and you can post. And then reuse posts. This is an awesome thing to use, especially if you're teaching multiple classes of the same subject. You would just click on it, and I'll just give you an example from one of my classes this year. And all the things I've ever posted will be here. And I can just click on it. As you can see here, I can click on the assignment. I can hit reuse, and it's going to pop up for me so that I can just change it and reuse it. So maybe I'm going to change the name or the dates, the topic, wherever it's in, but I have that option. So here you can see like I've been doing topics with the weeks. It's just how I run my virtual classroom. So that's kind of this, how to work the creating side. In terms of the people side, you can add multiple teachers. So if you have a collaborative classroom, or a bunch of teachers are working with the same group of students, you can invite teachers, and here you'll also invite students. So you can just type in their name and get their student email as it comes up, or you can give them this link. So this is something you could do. They click on it and they can log right in. Once they're in, you'll see your students. You can also invite parents at that point. And then last but not least is your grade book. Now here we don't really have anything in our grade book, so let me just add an assignment so that we can have something in our grade book. I'm going to assign, and at this point I should be able to have it. Oh, so I can't have any of the grades because I don't have any students in class. But at this point, the grade book would just show the different assignments, and it'll show you how many points. And then when you go into grade, it'll tell you how many points out of, say, 100. That's kind of the basic rundown of Google Classroom and how it kind of works. Of course, you can go to settings and you can kind of play with some of these things, changing the way the grading categories are, etc. You can find your invite link here, your class code here, things of that nature are in your class settings. And I hope that helps.